Hello guys and gals of the internet, I'm Superchaos of YouTube. Welcome to another revisit playthrough. It's the Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty revisited today. That obviously means I've covered this game before on the channel, multiple times in fact. The first was, I believe, 12 years ago in 2012 for a Metal Gear Solid marathon I was doing at the time. And it was all camera footage back then, and I was doing that in preparation of Metal Gear Rising Vengeance that was coming out at, I think, later that year, in fact. I think I'd finished it just before Vengeance came out, in terms of getting to the end of the marathon anyway. And then I did this again as a direct capture version back in about 6 years ago, so that would be about 2019, I'd want to say now. And that was the last time I ever covered this game. And for all intents and purposes, that pretty much was going to be my last playthrough of the game. And then I came up with this idea around the release of the most recent playthrough I've done of Metal Gear Solid 3, where I switched it up time limit wise to 30 minutes. And that's another reason why I'm doing this one, just to kind of bring it up to date in my most current video format, so to speak. But also, in a way, it's come about in a weird sense, because Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, at least in graphical and maybe gameplay terms, but not so much the story. It's one of those soft remakes like Dead Rising was. But also, Vash has actually started uploading his playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 4, and I'm thinking, gee, it actually has put me in a mood to play Metal Gear Solid 2. I own it on the PlayStation 5. I haven't even booted up the version yet. In fact, I think I did boot it up momentarily to have a look at it. I think at the end of Metal Gear Solid's playthrough. I haven't really booted up since. I can't play Metal Gear Solid 4 yet because we don't have the game yet. Whether we actually will, I don't know. I still think that it might come out in Volume 2 of the Master Collection, which is the version I'm playing right now. Whether that's actually going to happen, I don't honestly know. I think it is, but it's been quite a while since Volume 1 came out. The big question is, will Volume 2 feature Metal Gear Solid 4? I don't know. I hope so. Because I need to kind of go back to that game and kind of redeem myself, because my original playthrough of that game was terrible. I was really bad at it. But I guess we have to bear in mind that that was the first time I'd actually played the game ever, to a degree. Now, hopefully, let's have a look. Original mode, adjusted mode, reduces sharper picture. Depending on the set, game performance may suffer when not set to original mode. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I don't think this definitely wasn't Metal Gear Solid. I do believe that after Metal Gear Solid, this collection initially came out, there was a patch later down the line that kind of made you adjust the screen so you could play Metal Gear Solid 1 in full screen, for example. I think I'm probably just going to leave it as original, to be honest, because I think that this is going to be the HD edition that was first released back in 2011, I want to say, which made the game like full screen. I don't think we're going to have that problem that we had in Metal Gear Solid 1, but then again, that's not really such a bad thing. At least it gave it a kind of a classic feel. So, MGS 2 depicts two events: Solid Snake investigating a new kind of Metal Gear as part of the tanker incident, as well as Foxhound's newest member, Raiden, taking on a group of terrorists who captured an offshore facility in the Big Shell incident. In addition to first-person aiming mechanic, players also gain the ability to hold up enemies and dispose of their bodies. Yes, Metal Gear Solid 1 to 2 is such a huge jump, not just in what you can do, but in graphical quality. The PlayStation 1 to 2, and I think I said this at Metal Gear Solid Rising, Metal Gear Solid 1's playthrough, that the jump between the two was quite insane. And it even kind of says that there. This was one of my favorite games. I first ever played this game at my nan's house My uncle owned it, and of course, I always took my PlayStation or whatever console I had at the time to my grandparents' house. Um, and my uncle, who made my first PC incidentally, the one I told you about, he actually had this game in a cupboard in the room that I was kind of not holed up in, but I was kind of playing my games in. It was basically, I think it was in his bedroom when he was a kid or something. And he kept most of his games in this cupboard that was alongside. I kind of remember it. And he played it. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just put it in, I played it, and I just really liked it for some reason. I don't really know why. Of course, that means that this game was actually the first ever Metal Gear Solid game I'd ever played. What a absolutely colossal error that was. But I was a baby. I didn't know what I was doing. I'd never heard of this series up to that point as well. So I really liked it, probably more because of the gameplay, to be honest. And I still think even today, Metal Gear Solid 2 in gameplay terms is definitely my favorite game, I would say. Metal Gear Solid 4 has the best story, in my opinion, at least to some degree. Oh, Jennifer Hale, yes, the legend. This cast is pretty much all-star at this point. You saw Paul Eating there. Obviously, he plays Colonel, and he's played Colonel from the start, more or less, Solid series anyway. Because that was a funny fact I actually realized. I think they revealed in a video about Metal Gear Solid Delta, or Metal Gear Solid 3 remake that's coming out later this year. They actually said, or something was found out, that all the actors in Metal Gear Solid 1 actually had their names changed. So it was Jennifer Hale, it was Paul Eating, but most of the cast had their names changed, and I think that also happened for Metal Gear Solid 3's original as well. I never knew that. That was such an interesting fact. Paul Eating, I actually know more because of Evil Zone, to be honest. Because he was the narrator, and he also voiced Gally Vanish Gregman from Evil Zone. So that's how I first heard of him. So that's a funny story. But yeah, I say Metal Gear Solid 4 has the best story. I think it has the best ending as a whole, I think. I think Metal Gear Solid 3, I probably would agree, as what it started it all in the timeline, I think that's what made it the great story that it is. So I kind of see it. But this game's gameplay is just so fun. It really is. To me, this game is the best one in terms of the gameplay aspect. I mean, to be honest, I kind of... No, a lot of people will say that Metal Gear Solid 4... that's only because I didn't really gel with Metal Gear Solid 4, but I think... Do you know what? I say that now, and that's why I really want to go back to Metal Gear Solid 4, because... I hope, maybe one day. Because... watching Vash play that game... really has... I've really paid more attention this time. Not that I didn't pay attention the first time he did it. But now I'm actually realizing really just how fun that gameplay is, especially with like the auto camera and stuff. So that's why I really want to go and do Metal Gear Solid 4 again one day. I don't have a PlayStation 3, so I can't do it, you know? And they're pretty much obsolete. I think we're all just hoping and praying that it finally gets released from its shackles on PlayStation 3 and finally gets released to more like current hardware, so to speak. And I really want to play that game again. I really do. I love that game's story. Like I said, it has one of the best endings.
2 years ago,
it definitely has one of the best endings
we had classified
I've ever experienced in my life.
Scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses have been out in the cold too long.
But this game, man, I loved its gameplay. Every part of this gameplay was such a step up from the first. And now I've played the first game, I can even confirm that this game just improved on pretty much everything from Metal Gear Solid 1. And of course, I think it was part of the launch window for the PlayStation 2. But they really stepped up for this game, like huge step up. And then I would say probably Metal Gear Solid 3 sort of refined it. Obviously, the gameplay was tailored to the era of the. That really did a good job. When you think about it now, you go back to Metal Gear Solid 3 now, and you, after playing this, say Metal Gear Solid 1 or maybe even 4, and that really feels like you're in the jungle, surviving. You know, with the food aspect, the stamina aspect being different. You know, when Kojima and Konami did these games initially, they really made it feel really authentic. This original Konami team did an absolutely stellar job with every single one of their games. I still have to do Metal Gear Solid 5. Maybe I will do that someday. I've always put that one off because, you know, the fallout between Konami and Kojima hasn't really affected my opinion on that game so much. I think it's just because I don't know. I just haven't gelled with it very well. But I need to do it, I think. Because it'd be very unfair to, you know, not play it because of I don't really have. I really feel that, you know, the whole thing is. To be fair, it's not so anger-inducing as it really was at the time. I think it's just more sad now. It's just really sad that it all happened. You know, considering that, you know, every Metal Gear game, even the classic ones, such a legendary series, and now it's not been dragged through it all, I guess. It's very hard to put into words. It's not so anger inducing because at the time I was really angry about it, and like, you know, how could they treat Kojima like this and all that, but looking back on it, I don't think it's as bad as all that. It is kind of like, but I think it's just more sad now.
He'll know soon enough.
But I think it would just be really unfair to not play 5 because of that. And that wasn't really the reason. I just never really got round to it. Really, that's the real reason. So I will do that. Because I feel that, you know, I think that would be the right thing to do. And not judge it because of what was going on. I always maintained that I didn't want to not play it because of that.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
Even in the opening cutscene, like,
Landing impact.
Snake and the suit,
Sorry, but you're gonna
it's
have
like
to deal
the
with it.
detail is
Not in the military
to the max.
anymore.
This is literally
I didn't plan on relying
probably
on
using the
anyway.
PlayStation 2 to the
Private
max at the
sector's not
time.
so bad, is it?
Sorry, I won't.
Privacy
I'll try not to
guaranteed.
talk over
As
these so
long as
much,
no
but
one gives me any more unwanted
of course,
gifts.
Solid
Yeah,
is
think
the first
maybe.
one that really
And I
was
can't
became
say I
a
miss the chattering
a
man.
lot of talk
Melee's
game,
not
as it
so
were, in the
bad.
cutscenes.
That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
So
Too
yeah, the
true.
first throwback
Okay,
to the
Snake,
first
let's get
game
to
with the
work.
mention of Mei Ling there.
You know how the technical
And
specs
Otacon
of
here
Metal
as
Gear
well.
were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious,
I think it does,
anti-Metal
doesn't it?
Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
Because you don't really see any further
The
Metal
mission
Gears
objective is
from
to
like
make visual
here. It's all about
confirmation of
nano
the metal
machines
gear
and
being
stuff from
transported
here.
by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence.
Obviously,
But I want you first to go up to the top level
you know,
of the infrastructure, to
3
the bridge.
plants the
We need to
seeds,
find
as
out
it
where
were.
the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of
Not yet.
Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
That reminds
Better
me
than
of something
scavenging
actually.
at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit.
I mean, you
Talking about
could go in
difference of tens of
first-person
seconds
view
between hitting
in
limbs, chest, or
the
head.
first game, but you couldn't
As for the
aim.
equipment. Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you?
I never really found a
Here's
use
the
for the
digital
cigarettes.
camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
Really, I know it probably is meant to do. You can do something with them, but I'm never really sure what. I never really found a use for them. They just take away your health, so I never use them.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being
The story is just.
I hope so. Those men.
I
you
mean,
wouldn't
the
think they were
Sword
anything
series
but
as a whole
civilians from
is.
here.
With all the ships passing on the
It's
river. in
one
your
of the
harbor,
most
putting uniformed Marines on the
convoluted
deck
and
would be a bad
confusing
idea.
stories, but
People
once
can
you
get a clear
start
view
to
of the
kind
water
of get
riverside,
it,
too.
you start to realize how just of a
The
good
water
story
line is
it
too
is.
high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there. No doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Right to.
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters.
Yeah, everyone, please bear in mind I'm 6 years rusty, so I'm probably gonna suck in the other going here when we eventually get going. What's up, nerd? For shank. It wasn't gonna check. Hey, what's up, man? Check.
Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry.
Toss them overboard.
What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
Wow.
AKS
I mean,
74U.
that sort of makes sense when you think about it. Like, my initial thought was really just 18 people for a ship this big, but if it's run by a computer, you don't really need that many.
Russians?
You sure?
No marine barber touched that
head of hair.
Ah, David hated.
I'm transmitting.
I wonder why
Let's
he
get an
didn't.
ID on him ASAP.
I'm on
I
it.
wonder why he wasn't even. Was he even like asked to do Snake, or did they like Snake and Metal Gear Solid 5, or did they just like not bother with him?
Looks like the tanker's theirs now.
Or maybe he just didn't want to be a part of it. I don't know.
KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
I mean, with all the fallout between Konami and Kojima, you could probably understand if he didn't want to do it
Judging
at
by
that
their
point.
transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear.
Dude, if you've seen all the guys with choppers, that's not the civil model being used.
So no pyrotechnics, okay?
I mean, that could be a good
I'll do
cover.
my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside.
I always like how...
140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call
Aww.
me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
Suicide's dialogue is so good simply because they obliterate the fourth wall and literally talk like they're in a game. I need to be careful here because I have not played this in such a long time. Could be rusty as anything. Let's wait for this guy to come back. Can I take the stairs and not be spotted? I don't know. I don't want to... Shit. Back up. What's up there? Freeze.
Don't kill me.
Damn dog tag. Go to sleep. Let's see if he drops another item. There we go. Yeah, I know how to open the door. I know how to open it. Freeze, no. That was really risky.
Don't kill me.
I need to... You can, like, lower it, but I think you need to, like, release it really slowly. I'm gonna... Let's see if I can do that. See, I don't think you can do that on this controller. Oh, wow, I was already aiming. I don't know if you can really do that on this controller. I don't want to waste the bullets either, so I'm not gonna try again. Freeze, man. You know, damn tags. Okay, so it's USB bullets. It was this way, wasn't it? Upstairs. I'm having to remember. That doesn't vote well. I think there's only the camera up here. I think there's a guard that turns up later, I think. I guess that camera doesn't even move. Huh. There's a ration down in here. Here we are. Fun fact. Depending on what difficulty you play on, the number of rations is kind of a thing. Like, I think on the easier difficulties you get like 10, up to about 10, I think. In normal, you only get like 5 to carry at a time. Okay, let's, shit.
Freeze.
I don't think this guy's gonna...
If you're going to shoot, then shoot me.
If you insist. Nerd. Some people will do that. Some guards will do that. If you shoot him in the leg with a USP bullet, you'll actually get to give you the dog tag. I think that was the wrong thing to do. No, I think there's an item in the room on the upper thing here. think it's like a box. Yeah. There are bullets here. We need bullets. Oh, okay, we got some. That's good. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh god. Wait. Oh no, he's got owl. Okay, he's going down the stairs. That was different. Shit. How are we gonna get around that camera? Are we gonna get around that camera? I think we need a frozen chaff. Can we be like right up against the wall? Oh fuck! Oh god. This isn't good. This is not good right now because I can't see spit. Oh fuck! Oh jeez, that was so scary. I'm screwed up because I can't see. Oh man, that was scary because I was trying so hard to look at the laser sight to aim at it, but I couldn't see it, so I lost it for a moment, and I was like, oh shit, where am I aiming? Because wrong while moving, I would have been really screwed there. That was really lucky because I threw that at the worst side.
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
I mean, I probably, to be honest, I think what I could have done there was probably just crawl under the bomb thing, to be fair. I probably should have just done that. Oh shit, how does the saving work in this game? Like, say if I die to Olga, for example, does, like, pressing continue kind of restart from there, or? I don't remember, to be honest. Yeah, for a launch title for the PS2, you know, when the hardware was just being, even just starting, I think this makes how this game looked a real accomplishment for being so early in the PlayStation 2 lifecycle.
Snake, did you find out where
I can only think.
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around.
I can only think that Konami maybe had some early specs, like spec information.
Is ready for solo testing.
But even still,
it's basically combat worthy. That area is
the jump
outside
is
the Second Fleet's
so
operational
insane.
range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the hold and locate the actual metal.
I'm not sure what distracted him. Was it just her just dropping in? Let's go. I think it's USP bullets over here. Over here. Okay. Either way then. I mean, the loading times are really fast. That's good.
I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?
I'm surprised they
You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Obviously, she was in the very early stages of being pregnant, but I'm surprised they let her even go on the mission to begin with. Obviously, she wasn't very far along, but even still, like,
Freeze!
I'm surprised they even let her even come on the mission.
Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans, so you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean.
Oh, fucking like just missed him by like inches.
And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
You haven't met Solid Snake yet.